Well, another class clown is behind bars because apparently no one can take a joke. A 16-year-old Phoenix high school student used Snapchat to send this picture taken in his school's hallway, accompanied by the line, "Planning the school shooting," followed by 3 smiley faces, the internationally recognized symbol for just kidding. But a nervous Nellie from Colorado who doesn't speak emoji just had to get involved. The high school junior named Kaylee screenshotted the image and went to the authorities. She then gained his trust in order to set him up. Kaylee said, "The kid had Snapchatted me directly and asked me why I had screenshotted his story. I told him I thought it was amusing. You see, she lied to him." She continued to use deception to reel him in. "I asked him what school he went to, and he went along with it. And he told me he went to a school in Arizona. Later, he gave me the name." He was quickly arrested and charged with a Class A4 felony. Phoenix police are praising the girl for seeing something and saying something, which is one way to look at it. But also, because of her, this kid's classmates are not going to get to experience any of his great comedy. He'll have to confine his wit to telling TSA agents, "Yes, sir, it's in my luggage right next to the bomb." They love that one. Okay, Remy, I guess nobody can joke around anymore. Is that the case?
That is the case. That is absolutely the case. I'm sure I'm the only one at this table that's going to say this young student, this female who brought the screenshot to the authorities, did the right thing.
Wait a minute.
I have represented high school students doing their annual traditional prank on the date that it's expected, and people are fearful that it's another Columbine, where they evacuate the entire town and parents are running frantic. There's no joking, just the same way there's no joking at the airport, as you said. You can't yell bomb on an airplane, and you can't yell killing in a high school, period.
Okay, Anthony, I think I was being a little tongue-in-cheek with my monologue, but partially because I feel like the times have changed so much that it is sad that people can't joke anymore.
It is absolutely sad, and it is because the times have changed. I remember going to school. Oh, my goodness. You could literally say, "I'm going to kill you" to somebody, and everyone just laughs.
Say it.
Yes.
You could paint it in blood on the wall of the school.
No one cared. It was just part of growing up. It's a phase he's going through or something. Look, there's a public record now of everything you do. Even though I hear this Snapchat was supposed to be secret.
Yeah.
Just the person you send it to, and they're not supposed to screen cap it or anything.
What good is it?
I don't know. I'm going to have to really look at my past Snapchat.
I mean, they're all going down.
Yes.
Ashley Madison, Snapchat. It's a big
You're
lie.
saying that the internet isn't as secure as we thought it was.
Apparently not.
Come on. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, it's a dumb kid. But, you know, we've got to weigh it. A dumb kid doing something stupid, but in this day and age where it's out there for everyone to see, I don't know what the answer is. Do you?
Well, I know that Ethan is shaking his head. Through my whole monologue, he was giving me the shame shake.
Well, whatever happened to basic pranks like, a friend falls asleep at a party, you put one hand in warm water, the other hand in ice water, and they wet themselves. It's much simpler than threatening to kill everybody at a school, isn't it? I mean, what happened to simple practical jokes?
Did you see the smiley faces?
What about the new emoji, though, of the pile of turd? That new emoji. He could have done that one instead.
What if he did smiley face and turd? That would kind of double up on the I'm only kidding.
Yes.
But don't you think, I mean, Anthony is right. When I was a youngster, we would write vocabulary. We had a list of vocabulary words that we had to write down in sentences, and each sentence described the vicious murder of our English teacher. And, in many different ways. And she read them, and she had to grade us because we did the assignment. Like, that's the way the world was back then. That kidding was understood.
But how many serial killers came out of your school?
No, that's
the question.
None of them. See, we got it all out. Right, Joanne? We let we let it vent.
Yeah, you need those cathartic experiences, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I grew up definitely during a time when it's zero tolerance policy, even for jokes. And sort of like Anthony was saying, we now live in a time where when kids make mistakes, it's now just completely public because we put it on these public forums and then it's out there forever. I feel bad if I was the girl who saw this Snapchat and you think, like, people's lives could be in my hands. Like, I need to take action. I mean, if I were her, I probably would have done the same thing because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I'd be so nervous. But I do think in the kid's defense, if this goes to court, he should say shooting meant a photo shoot.
Yeah, there you go.
He was planning a
Chef.
photo shoot, because really, you know, it was just him, you know, like in the halls. So, you know, he's trying to get a good angle, a good. You know,
Yes.
Weren't our desks back in school when we went to school kind of manifestos of hate? Like, just the desk was like, whoever sits here third period,
Yes.
I'm gonna kill you. And it
Yes.
was like a 24-hour text. And then they would get it, and then you'd be like, oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And it was all just hatred, and I'm gonna kill you.
The margins of every notebook was filled with. I'm not kidding when I say we had detailed plans to destroy the school.
Is that
in our
the
notebooks?
East Coast versus Midwest? Though we didn't have all the hate messages in the Midwest.
What, you guys went out pushing cows over,
That's
though, right?
exactly, of course. Tipping
cow
cows,
hate.
you know, smashing mailboxes with baseball bats,
Right.
that kind of stuff. Very innocent, very innocent.
But now
Not
you can do
murdering
none of
people.
it. I'm telling you, there's no way to vent one's frustration. That's why these kids are all smoking doobies.
Oh, no.
Okay, coming up.